Okay guys, so this is just a little video of solutions of the test that you did for me during the week. This topic or this part of the question is on geometry. Okay, so you'll recognize that. Okay, so the first thing you're asked to do is to calculate the value of the angle A. So what you need to recognize is that a triangle has 180 degrees. So you're going to, very often with these questions, you need to do your reasoning first before you can actually fill in what the angle is going to be. So you're going to say that the angle A plus 41 plus the 102 is equal to 180 degrees. You're going to add the 41 and the 102. You're going to get 143. So plus 143 is equal to 180. You're going to take 143 from both sides. You'll be left with, of course they cancel, you'll be left with the angle A is equal to 180 minus 143, which is 37 degrees. Once you've got the 37 degrees marked in there, you can go back up here and you can fill in 37 degrees. In terms of giving an acceptable worded answer, you could have said to me, triangles have 180 degrees. So if you said triangles have 180 degrees and then showed me the 37 up here, that would have gotten you full marks. But I think going forward, I certainly prefer the algebraic solution. Okay, so the next part of the question then, so this time you have to calculate angle B. So again, we're going to do some calculations first before we give our solution. So I think the first thing that you need perhaps to spot is that you've got a straight line here. So if you look at this portion of the question in isolation and ignore everything else around it, what you've got is you've got a straight line there. So the first thing you need to do is say that what you're missing, I'm going to call this x. You could say, for example, x plus 41 is equal to 180. That means that if you take 41 from both sides, they'll cancel. X is going to equal to 139. So now I know that this angle in here is worth 139 degrees. Now, start another idea. So just I separate ideas with something like this, just two lines really. And I'm going to look at the entire triangle. But I'm not going to concern myself with 41. So I'm going to add these up. I'm going to say that the angle B plus 20 plus 139 that I've just brought down equals 180 degrees. Before I bring anything left or right, I'm going to do a little bit of tidying. So B plus that will be 159 is equal to 180 degrees. Take 159 from both sides. So B is going to equal to 21 degrees. Okay, so last part of the question then, just related to shape slash diagram like this. When I was marking it, fairly flexible in terms of what I'd accept. The answer to the question, let's start with the answer this time. The answer is actually going to be 40 degrees. And the reason, again, was willing to accept a lot of answers on this, but going forward, the answer that you're going to get, whenever you've got two lines that are parallel, so this line up here is parallel to the one down at the bottom, and I know they're parallel because of these markings. These markings tell me that they're parallel. Whenever you've got two parallel lines and a line that joins them, that line is called a transversal. We can say that if you can create the letter Z, you can see it there, the angle in one corner of the Z is equal to the angle at the other corner. Now, you can't, for your reason here, you won't be able to say the Z thing or anything like that. The mathematical answer is alternate angles are equal. So whenever you see two parallel lines with a transversal or a line between them, we can say that this angle and this angle are alternate. Okay, so I'm going to leave that and I'm going to start to talk to you about the next part of your test. So it says 3 students, Porrick, Mary and Tarek, were asked to solve the same question. So Porrick gave an answer, Mary gave an answer, and Tarek gave an answer. And you're asked to identify the correct answer and verify it. So this question can be tackled in lots of different ways. You could decide to read through each of the 3 solutions and see which one you felt was correct. I think what I saw a lot of people do, and probably what I would do myself, is I would take the original question. I would look to try and solve it myself and see what answer I got. So the first thing that's going to happen is that 3 is going to multiply in, so you'll have 3x minus 6 is equal to 12. I'm going to add 6 to both sides, so I'll have 3x is equal to 18. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so x is going to equal to 6. So based on my own solution, I'm going to say that Mary's answer is correct. Okay, now this is something that I want you to remember for the next time you're given a little algebra test. If you're asked to verify an algebraic answer, what a lot of you thought, and I can understand why, is you thought writing out or doing the sum yourselves was a verification. In mathematics, unfortunately, that doesn't work as a verification. An official verification, it's a good way to check your work and to check an answer of that somebody else has done. But in order to verify your answer, what I want you to remember the next time is you're to sub the answer back into the original. So sub the answer back into the original. So let me just show you what I mean here. The original question was 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 12. The answer that we have decided is correct is Mary's answer up here. So x is equal to 6. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to put in 6. So 3 times 6 minus 2 is equal to 12. Do what's inside the brackets first. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 3 times 4, does that equal to 12? It does. Does 12 equal to 12? Yes, it does. So long as the left hand side equals the right hand side, we can that shows us that our answer is correct. Just to give you an indication of what would happen if you did a verification with an answer that was incorrect. So let's take Podrick's answer. So Podrick's answer was x is equal to 2 up here. So let's just say, and you'll be able to see the correct verification here on the left. Let's just do an incorrect verification. Just make some space for myself here. So 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 12. 3 times, so Podrick's answer was 2, so that would be 2 minus 2 is equal to 12. That's 3 times 0 is equal to 12. Right. So you end up with 0 equals to 12. Clearly they're not equal, so the left hand side does not equal the right hand side. Therefore x equals to 2 is not a solution for the question, or for the original problem. Okay, so the last part of the question then, part B, says circle a maths error in one of the other solutions and explain the error. So we've said, let's just slide back up here, we've said that Mary's answer is the correct answer, so that means that there's a mistake somewhere in Podrick's answer and there's a mistake somewhere in Tarek's answer. So let's just take a look at Podrick's answer, and this is where, if you've worked this out yourself, this is where you can maybe do a little bit of comparison. So let's go line by line. The first line should be 3x minus 6 equals to 12. 3x minus 6 is equal to 12, so that line is correct. I add 6 to both sides, so that will ultimately leave me with 3x, so I should have 18 on the other side. So this side here reads 12 plus 6, and you can see here this is the mistake that Podrick made. he didn't add 6 to both sides. If we're to take a look at Tariq's answer, well, we know the first line is correct, we know the second line is correct. He did add 6 to both sides, so that's okay. And we ended up with 3x is equal to 18, so that's good. Now we should have divided both sides by 3, and here's the mistake that was made by this student. He subtracted the 3 instead of dividing by the 3. So you just need to put that down in worded form, so circle a maths error. So for example, if you've circled Padraig's answer, so the minus 6, well, what you need to say then is should have added 6 to both sides. If you circled Tariq's answer up here, see it there? 1 second. Yeah. So if you circle Tariq's answer, where he, instead of subtracting by 3, he should have divided both sides by 3. So you'll just write that down. And that's it. Enjoy.